Good morning, student. Let's start our chemistry class. Now we begin our next same topic, remaining topic on page number 15. You open your page number 15 in your textbook. We are doing from this page apparatus. We are learning about the apparatus and what are the use of that apparatus which are used in a chemistry lab. Now the next one, the 12 number spirit lamp. Spirit lamp is look like this. It is already given in your in your textbook, page number 13. Spirit lamp. Spirit lamp is look like this. In this spirit lamp, this is a one type of bottle. On this is a cover lid of that bottle, and in that lid of the bottle this thread is given, and in this bottle a fuel is filled. In our simple language we can say the kerosene, or we can say the spirit. So spirit is filled in it, that's why it is known as the spirit lamp, and in laboratory for heating substance we are using this. So a type of burner made of glass, brass or steel containing a wick spirit, that is spirit, is used as a fuel and to heat up a substance. It is used to heat up the substance. If this type of Bunsen burner, this is a gas burner which is not in chemistry lab, so instead of that we can use this type of spirit lamp. Okay, now next one, the Bunsen burner. As I explained, this Bunsen burner, this is the Bunsen burner. From here the gas is putting inside, through that we can able to put on this gas. So the Bunsen burner that use gas as a fuel and for heating purpose, for heating any chemical, heating substance, for doing chemical reaction in presence of heat. So we are using this Bunsen burner. Next, that is the reagent bottle. A reagent bottle, so many times I already explained about this. The reagent bottle, this is the transparent bottle, transparent glass bottle, and some chemical which are known as a reagent fill in it and put it into the reagent self. Okay, so the reagent bottle made up of white or colorless glass, and for storing chemicals it is used. Then gas jar, which is a glass cylinder, and here it is look like a gas jar. It is a cylindrical shape and made up from glass. So for why it is known as a gas jar? For collecting the gas. Sometime in chemical reaction gases are producing, for that we are using this gas jar. So a glass cylinder for collecting gases. Next one, analytical balance. A horizontal metal beam with pans suspended on both sides of it, and to measure the weight of the substance. This is a analytical balance. This is a pan. From one side we are putting particular weight scale, and one side substance. The whatever amount we want, according to that we are putting here the some weight, and according to that we can able to find out the particular weight or mass substance. This is the analytical balance which are used in a chemistry lab particularly. Then the next one, glass tube or delivery tube. Hollow tube made up of glass, and to transfer, here it is used to transfer the fluid or gas from one vessel to another vessel. It is look like this. It is just like a straw, bent straw. If we have a straw and the straw we are both the side open and which is hollow, and we bend that between, so it look like that. And where it is used, from the one vessel, suppose this is the one vessel, and from this vessel I want this fluid to transfer or gas to transfer from the another vessel, suppose this vessel. So from connecting the vessel for the connecting vessel we are using this delivery tube. Next one, a glass rod which is solid glass stick, which means that suppose this is a pencil, and pencil is this is not hollow, and this is look like a stick. So the glass glass rod that is made up from glass, and where it is used to stir a chemical solution. to stir. We cannot stir with the spoon which is in our kitchen. We use this glass rod only for stirring a chemical reaction. Why the glass rod we are using only? Because the chemical glass is that type of thing which is not easily react with the chemical. So that's why we need to use this glass stick to stir a chemical solution. Next one, the watch glass. Watch glass is like this. Here you can see this watch glass. It is very small watch glass dish. It is very small one, and for the evaporating some substance, for suppose we have some hot substance and we need to cool it down very fast, so we add that very small, if it is in very small amount, then we can put it into on this watch glass, so it can able to easily cool, and for the evaporating purpose also we are using this watch glass, transparent watch glass, just like a plate, small plate, glass small plate. So it is made up of glass, and it is very important thing, it is a use like an evaporating dish for very small amount of liquid, and it is also used to cover a beakers, which means that on this beaker, suppose we need to put something lid on over it, so through the watch glass we can close it, we can close this beaker. So here the cover beaker, we are using this watch glass. Then the crucible and cover. Crucible is just like this, it is evaporating dish, but the this is bigger in size, just like a big bowl, but the crucible is very small. This much of size of crucible is there, but it's look like this evaporating dish, exactly evaporating dish, but the mini size of this evaporating dish, which is made from porcelain, which means that in your kitchen the cup and saucer material, that material is known as a porcelain material. So the crucible and cover, it is made up of porcelain, and where it is used when the substance requires strong and direct heat. So we can put this crucible over the flame, and direct heat, so those substances need, we can use this crucible for that. Now the pair of tongue made up of metal, it is used for the picking up some apparatus like crucible, which means that a pair of tongue, it is not given in your textbook how it is look like, but I am showing you how it is look like. So it is look like a look like this. It is look like this is called a pair of tongue. To take out a hot vessels from a Bunsen burner. So this is called a pair of tongue, which are used in a laboratory. Next one, a water throat, made up of metal or glass, and it is big and bowl shape. So it is used during a collection of the gas. So here it is a water throat. So here this is just like a beaker, but big beaker, and height is not that much, but it is broadness is there, and water fill in it. So sometimes some gases which are produced from chemical reaction, which can able to dissolve into the water. So for that we are using this in a chemistry lab. So water throat, made up of metal or glass, and it is big and bowl shape. Where it is used during the collection of the gases. Some gases which are not dissolved into the water, like carbon dioxide is producing, we cannot collect that carbon dioxide directly, so we directly that transfer that into the water, so the carbon dioxide can able to dissolve into the water. So by this way we can collect the carbon dioxide. So that is the use. So another one also, so many examples to explain this, but I am just giving you one example. You know carbon dioxide. Next one, here, the water bath. Water bath is made up of metal. It is used when the substance cannot be heated directly on the flame. which means that here it is a water bath. The water bath, this vessel, you at your home so many vessels are there, it's look like that, and we fill water in it and make it hot, and then they put another small vessel in it, and we can heat that substance. So sometime what happens, substance we cannot heat directly, so through the water, like a chocolate, if we want to melt a chocolate, we cannot directly heat chocolate. So what we are doing, first we will take a water into the vessel, and the another vessel put inside that hot water, and then we melt the chocolate. So that is called a water bath. Then the trestle funnel, a bulb shape riser with a stem and stopper. Reservoir, the bulb shape, you can see that here it is a bulb shape, and this here cork. So through that we can control manner, we can put some material from this vessel. So here it is here, under the control liquid in a control manner, under to transfer a liquid into a control manner. I hope you understand all this apparatus which is given. You need to remember all the uses which are given in it, so for exam point of view. Now the next one, here it is given. Apart from this equipment, there are many like spatula, which means that a spoon. In chemistry lab, spoon, we cannot speak a spoon, we can tell a spatula in chemistry lab. Then the cork borer, files and beehive cells that are also used in a chemistry laboratory. So beehive cells is look like this, which is also used for collecting the gas. Okay, that also we are using. Then this is the cork for apply some pressure, we are using this cork borer. Then next point is very important, you can tick mark for this point. Most of the laboratory apparatus are made up of glass, because glass is a transparent material and we can see through it clearly, which means that whenever we are doing some chemical reaction in a glass vessel, so whatever the chemical reaction is happening, we can able to see from that's why it is used, glass apparatus. And glass can withstand high temperature, which means that when we heat the glass apparatus at high temperature, it cannot break, and it can remain for a long time. It cannot melt, it cannot react with the chemical, it can at high temperature, and it cannot break. So that is why glass can withstand high temperature. Next one, see, glass is easy to clean. That also very easy one. The glass, we know that the steel plate and glass plate, we can easily wash a glass plate. So glass is easy to clean. Okay, next one, the glass does not react with the most of the chemical used in an experiment, which means that whenever we are doing some chemical reaction in vessel, at that time glass does not react with that chemical, so easily we can done our chemical reaction. Next one, the Pyrex glass or Borosil glass is a special type of glass which hardly expand on heating. Such a glasses do not break even at a high temperature. So this Pyrex glass we already discussed about when we about this Pyrex glass and Borosil glass. Pyrex glass is a brand, Borosil glass also is a brand. The Borosil glass, why it is known as, because of the borosilicate. It is made from borosilicate, that's why it is known as a Borosil glass, and which is very hard glass, and which can withstand very at high temperature even. So hardly expand. What is the meaning of expand? It cannot contrast and expand at higher temperature and lower temperature. It remain as it is. So that is why we are using a Borosil glass apparatus in a chemistry laboratory. I hope you understand this point for today. Till here we are doing, and you read it very well and prepare all the topics which we covered, and next topic in a next class. Thank you and have a good day.